This program is powered by Unibet.
Welcome to Glory 84 Crossfire. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini. Today I got some kickboxing royalty to break down Glory 84 Crossfire. Remy Bonjasky, and I got Robin Van Roosmalen. Robin, we haven't seen you in a little bit. We'll start with you. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost a perfect fight for you to break down with us today. You fought someone in the name of Sidichai, and now you also fought Pech Panamaroon 2 times. When you first heard about this fight, break down your initial reactions.
I think it's a nice fight. I think it's a clash of styles, and who can adapt most is going to win the fight.
All right, Remy, what about you? When you first heard this fight was announced, what's your initial reactions?
Well, I was like, wow, finally they're going to fight each other. And, you know, if you look at Tijani is a strong guy, good with his hands, good with his kicks. But on the other hand, Patch is a legend. He fought more than 200 fights. So I'm looking forward to that fight, yeah.
Yeah, did you think when you first heard it announced, Remy, there was a big height difference? That's going to be a big factor in this fight. What did you think of that?
Well, it's gonna be tough for Patch to, you know, step in, because Tijani is moving a lot. He's light-footed and he's gonna use the kicks, stay on a distance. So it's gonna be tough for Patch to come in, to work close, work with his left kick, and or to make some punches and knees. So it's gonna be tough for him to come close. But that is what he needs to do, to come close to Tijani and try to work his way in and try to make his kicks and knees.
Yeah, Robin, you were more of that stockier power style fighter. You fought a lot of taller guys too. What's the key for Pech Panamaroon to get inside?
I think to use a lot of head movement, little steps and feints, and so work his way in. He don't need to wait on Tijani because he's way too tall to wait. So he has to work to get in, and when he's in, he has to stay there.
Yeah, he's known for that left kick, you know, and I mean, against a taller opponent. What's the strategy for that left kick? What does he got to do?
I think he has to come close because Tijani is so far away, so he still has to come close to land that kick. I think that Tijani is 190, I think, in centimeters, so that's long.
Now, when you look on paper, who do you think has the advantage going into this? So if you were a bet maker, who's the favorite?
I think it's going to be a 50-50 fight. Like I said before, I think who's going to adapt to his opponent most and can put out his will is going to win the fight. But if I have to bet, I put my money on Tijani.
What about you, Remy?
Well, I know Tijani from since he was little. He's a great talent. He's good in boxing, good with his kicks, and he's using a lot of knees also. But and he became some kind of like a friend. But still, if I have to put my money on one of these two great fighters, I think I would put my money on Pech, because he's well-rounded. He's been coming up and he's champion in his own way. But still, he has a lot. I mean, really a lot more experience in fighting. He's done more than 200 fights, so I don't want to lose my money, so I'm going for Pech.
That was actually interesting. I actually tallied up some of the numbers. Pech has 210 fights, Tijani 27. Pech has about 15 glory fights, Tijani 16. So glory fights similar, but that 210 fights is wild to think about. Now, when you talk about this fight, a big topic is that double champ, the champ status. It's like the new standard in combat sports. Robin, I'm going to start with you because you held the glory featherweight title and you held the lightweight title. Give me your thoughts on the differences of the weight classes. Is one, you know, traditionally you'll see featherweights may be faster, the lightweights more powerful. What is the big difference you found between those two weight classes?
For me, it was the power more, yes. I think the lightweights, they hit harder. And like you said, the featherweights are way smaller. But for me, the hardest fight was the weight cut. So I think there's different kind of things. Like, you know, lightweight for me was easier to make, but the opponents were stronger, physical stronger. And the featherweight was hard to make, but they are faster and less powerful. So it both have benefits.
You need to stay away from the pancakes, Robin.
I can't help it, man. I'm sorry.
Remy, when you were coming up in your days, your original kickboxer here, was the champ status a thing, or is this something new that's come out in the kickboxing world?
Well, it's a new thing that, like you said, it come up in the kickboxing world. Back in the days, we just wanted to be champ. That was, that was the thing, to be champ. But
with a win for Pech Panamarum, what does that do for his legacy?
For his legacy, it will be great. It would be awesome if he will become a different weight class champ. And with this status and all his fights and being champ would be great for him. And he will be, I think, the pound for pound greatest fighter in glory and overall. Yeah.
Yeah, Robin, same question for you. I mean, I think Remy said it best. He's almost putting him, if he gets this win, as pound for pound best. I mean, Rico's been sitting probably at the top for a while. Does this put him right up there with that status?
Yes, I think so. If he becomes double champ, for sure. I think Pech Panamarum is a really good fighter, like he showed before. But with this win, there's no doubt he's going to be that.
Now, Robin, what would this do for Tijani? Does he need this win? Does this look good on his resume, getting a win?
Of course, Pech Panamarum, like we said, if he wins this, he's the pound for pound. So if Tijani can win this, it's going to be really good for his career and for his future.
Do you think there's a lot of pressure on Tijani being the bigger fighter?
I think so. I think because Pech coming from a lighter weight class, he's the champion already. So I think for him it's going to be a big pressure. And of course the experience that Pech brings with him. He already beat, the experience he has in fighting. So I think, I don't know, let's see. I hope Tijani deals with it good and gives us the best fight he can give.
Give me a prediction on how this fight's going to go. Do you see it being a slower tactical fight? Do you see it being a faster pace? How do you see this fight playing out over 5 rounds, if it even goes 5 rounds? Let's start with you, Remy.
Well, I think it's going to be a 5-rounder, but I think Tijani is going to come in like he did in his last fight against Toyan, and I think he's going to be fast first round, fast second round. But I'm hoping, I hope that he will not make the same mistake, because I think that in the fight against Stoyan Koprivilensky, I think he started too fast, with a high pace, and maybe the pace was too high because he could see in the 4th and the 5th round he looked a bit outgassed. So I hope that he will change his way of fight, not the way of fighting, but to deal better with his stamina, because if you start to if you go too fast and fighting against a more experienced fighter like Pech, he will break in the 4th and the 5th round.
All right, Robin, what about you? How do you see it playing out?
I agree with Remy. But I think Tijani learned a lot from that fight. I think he's going to be at a better pace, at least I hope for him. But I think it's going to be a 5-rounder too. It's going to be a decision.
I mean, when he fought Sidichai, he was one of the GOATs. Robin knows that. And it's basically, that gave that young Tijani confidence in the ring. He became a better fighter. He fought more diligently, more aggressively. And I think that fight from back there might give him that confidence going into this one. Another southpaw Muay Thai style fighter. Robin, final points for you on this fight.
It's funny because I was cornering Tijani for his fight against Sidichai at that time.
Yeah, okay.
So I helped him prepare for the fight, so that's why I know Tijani, how he's fighting with southpaws, and I hope this time he has more confidence to fight Pech and win this fight.
Well, I'm definitely excited for it. I think, with Tijani could be that star in Holland, right? That he's got the good look, he's got that personality, the talk. So I think we can have a good star there, but it's definitely a challenging one against Pech. Every time we see that guy, it amazes me, that frame, just meeting him, that small little handshake, but that power, like it's just, he's crazy to see. All right, there you heard it from Kickboxing Legends and Royalty. That's March 11th, Glory 84. For all information on how to watch, head to glorykickboxing.com.
This program was powered by Unibet.